What's up, fellas? Let me show you how to check the oil and the belts on a Carrier reefer. This is a 2014 Carrier reefer. I'm going to spin this around for you. Back this up. Alright, so right here is the bottom. It's where all the oil sits in here. This is where you put the oil in and where you check the oil. So you see how it's quarts, 2 quarts, 1 quart. This takes about 3 gallons, 3 to 3.5 gallons. You want to be in that safe mark, but you got to spin it back down all the way to get a proper reading. Like that. You see how it's in the safe? So the oil's good. Just tighten that back up. Now for your belts, take this glove off. For your belts, you don't want it sitting down deep in the pulley. If it's sitting down deep in the pulley, then it's bad. You want it sitting flush to the pulley. And if it's sitting in deep, like I said, it's bad. And then you got one right here, the engine. You got one up here for the fan, up here for the radiator. And you want to just make sure it's not deep in the pulley. You want it kind of sitting flush. And then you got one over here for your alternator, which is good. And you want proper tension on it. If you did need to adjust it, this one up here, if you did need to adjust this one up here, the pulley is right there. Here's the front of the engine. Pulley's right back here. And you would undo that bolt. It's 3/4. And then you would push it. You would push it back over and tighten that up. Same thing for over here. If you want to do this belt here, it's 3/4 underneath this shield right here, and there's a smaller one down at the bottom. And then you just push the alternator down and tighten it up. It's simple. This is the oil filter, fuel filter. You know, same thing right here. If this belt was loose, then you would do it right here. You would loosen that up, pull this towards you, and then tighten that up. You know, right here. Loosen both of those up. That one and that one. But proper tension. You know, make sure you're. And in here, this is a sight glass, because this is your compressor right here. So this is your compressor oil. Check it out. Just make sure it's, you know, you can see the max and the min. You know. So that's all. That's all I wanted to show you guys. You know, not a lot. Keep up with checking the oil on the reefer. You know, you want to change it every like 3,000 hours, the oil. And usually I do the oil and the fuel filter at the same time. Fuel filter's pretty cheap. You might as well just do it. And the air filter. I mean, the air filter's like every 6 months. But they ain't that expensive. So Thermo King's more expensive. Also, if you want to do a pre-trip, you know, just to check the reefer, is make sure it's functioning properly. You don't have to do it every day. I mean, you could, but it's up to you. But so if you hit menu, and this little thing pops up here, it says pre-trip. So if you hit pre-trip right there, it'll says use down key to scroll or whatever, start pre-trip. start pre-trip, and you just hit the equal, and it'll go through a cycle on like battery test, level, you know, compressor, all that stuff. It'll run through this whole test, and it'll tell you the test results and pass. Now when I said change the oil every 3,000 hours, that's not engine on hours, it's run hours. So just so you know, you can go through the cycle here and see the run hours and the engine on hours, just to let you know.